Good morning, folks, and welcome to another edition of City Hall Live. I am Joe Abeta, and today our guest is Miranda Viscoli. How you doing, Miranda?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. And you're from New Mexicans to Prevent Gun Violence.
Exactly.
Yes. Thank you for coming on. I know you've been on a couple of times throughout the years, but we were talking before. You have been would you say activist? Or an educator?
I'd say an educator and advocate.
Yes, advocate.
For
there
gun
you go.
violence
Yeah,
prevention.
activist is kind of like
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't think I'm out
holding
there
signs
either.
and all that stuff. But yes, but an advocate and an educator to prevent gun violence here in the state of New Mexico since 2013.
Exactly.
You've been coming on our show for that long too.
Yes.
And we're going to get. I know we have some projects, and the reason why you're here is because you have an upcoming third annual event that's happened here, or second. I think it's second. We were talking
It's our
about
second one in Santa Fe.
second, but we'll get to that in a sec. But I wanted to ask you. Has it gotten easier for you?
It's a good question.
Yes.
Has it gotten easier?
And what is it that you do? I guess we need to the people that don't know that you're a fresh face to them.
Right. So what we do is we're a bunch of concerned residents of New Mexico about gun violence, and we work a lot in the majority of the work that we do is with youth on gun violence preventions. Right now we're working at the Gang Intervention Center on a project with them. We do the student pledge against gun violence throughout the state. We also do these gun buybacks, and we also do legislation. So this last session, we finally passed a bill to get guns out of the hands of domestic violence offenders under a protective order.
Gotcha.
So it has gotten easier. We don't have so many doors slammed in our face, but we have noticed since the Trump administration that the folks that really are against what we do, which I really don't understand why, have gotten more aggressive.
Gotcha.
We ban a lot of people off Facebook now, a lot of threats. I mean, so we've seen an uptick in that, but we've seen actually more of an openness in terms of getting our programs into schools and things like that.
Yeah, and I think that, and you've said this, and I've known you. One thing that you do like to say is that we're not against gun ownership.
No.
We are against the verb, the action of irresponsibility using the gun.
Exactly. So
And
we are
and
about
that's what
prevention.
you're trying. Yeah, and so that's what you're trying to do, because the gun owners in the United States, they tout it's about having a gun. It's okay, have your gun, but use it responsibly.
Right.
And even there's big organizations. I don't that is it the NRA or whoever, they always tout about responsible gun ownership, right? They're teaching education. Well, I mean that's
right.
I'm assuming that I don't know too much about it, but what I'm saying is that you are all for that. You're okay with ownership. It's the irresponsibility of it all.
Exactly.
That you're advocating against.
Right. So we're not anti-gun.
That's right.
But we are anti-NRA. That is a racist organization that pushes a very violent agenda.
Okay. Yeah, I gotcha. So
we can talk about that for hours.
No, and I'm sorry, but I just wanted to, I wanted to state that for the folks out there, that you are against the irresponsibility of it all. That's the point I'm trying to make. And so you've been doing this. It's been something that you have been very, very spirited about, and you've made some progress.
We've made a lot of progress.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we reach thousands of students every year. We're now today we're actually meeting with the probation judges in Albuquerque to see how we can work with our prevention programs. If we get to prevention before, so we can get to these kids before they do something unfortunate with a gun, we've made a lot of progress. And we really see that we're doing that. And in terms of legislation, in terms of educating the public, we have come a long way.
Okay.
And I never knew it'd be such an uphill battle.
No, well, yeah, it's tough. I mean, I'm sure with anything, and it's such I don't know, would it be a polarizing type of thing in the United States that the whole it's a big issue here in our nation right now at this point, because we see things now more often than we did before.
Exactly.
We're it's a scary thing.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
it's just really a scary thing. So, with that, I know you have an event coming up that we talked about at the beginning,
right?
Which is a gun buyback that you've been doing now for how long? I'm sorry.
So we've been doing these since 2016, and this will be our 10th gun buyback in New Mexico.
And the second or third one here in Santa Fe?
It's the second one that we've done. Mayor Koss did one right when we started, right when our group was forming.
Yeah.
So I guess you could technically say it's the third one, but it's the second one we've done.
Yeah.
In the past couple of years.
Okay, so I'm fresh at this, and I don't know what this whole gun buyback thing is. So give me the details. What is the gun buyback event about?
Okay, so let me make it very clear. It's 100% anonymous.
Okay.
We don't take names. We don't take pictures. It is, you go in there, you turn in your gun or guns. They have to be working. And we hand you a gift. We don't give cash because we don't want somebody bringing in 10 guns and then going buying a new gun. So we give cash for gas, food, and pharmacies.
Okay.
You will be out of there in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Once that person leaves, we run the gun through the NICS system.
Okay.
If that gun is stolen, and to date, out of the close to 400 guns we've gotten one stolen gun. That gun actually goes back to its rightful owner.
Okay.
But that person has left. It is 100% anonymous. The city is not paying
It's
for
amnesty,
this.
complete amnesty.
Exactly.
Right? Okay.
And another thing that people who are against these, I still don't know why, the city is not paying for this. We fund these gun buybacks 100% ourselves, New Mexicans to Prevent Gun Violence.
Gotcha.
And it gives people an opportunity to get rid of an unwanted working firearm. And no, it's not going to end up in unsafe hands. We dismantle them and then turn them into gardening tools, which we sell to raise more money. That's why it's called Guns to Gardens.
Gotcha.
And we do an anonymous survey if people choose to fill it out to see why are people participating. So far, 95% of people are participating for safety reasons.
Okay.
Not even for the cards. And in addition to that, over 20% of the guns we're getting in are semi-automatic handguns and assault weapons.
Okay.
So it makes our streets safer.
Oh yes, absolutely. And then based on whatever you bring in is the amount that you get in.
Exactly.
Right.
So a long gun or a pistol gets $100.
Okay.
A semi-automatic handgun gets $200, and assault weapon gets $250.
Okay. And no questions asked.
No questions asked. If you have a sawed-off shotgun, bring it in. This is your chance to get that illegal weapon off the streets and out of your home. We've been getting quite a few of those. The police want those off the street. We all want those off the street. If you have one, bring it in.
That's great.
No questions asked.
Okay, and it's happening where?
It's happening June 29th at the Santa Fe Police Station, which is 2515 Camino Entrada.
So this Saturday, June...
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday,
sorry.
yes.
Next Saturday, June 29th.
From 10 to 2.
10 to 2.
At 2515 Camino Entrada. It's right
Okay.
off Cerrillos Road. We're about to put a big banner out there so everybody can come see it and come make our community safer.
And no questions asked.
No questions asked.
Yes, yeah, and this will be, it's definitely, the 10 of them have happened.
Right.
And complete amnesty, anonymous,
100%.
what is it? Anonymous?
Right, anonymous, yes.
Yes. Anonymity, that's the word I was
anonymity,
trying to
that's
get.
what
It's
yeah.
too early for me
Right.
to say that right off my tongue, but yes. So, okay, great. Well, that's awesome. Okay, so, and these go to, it's Guns to Garden?
It's Guns to Garden. So then we have this amazing Brazilian artist named Rene da Silva who then after they've been dismantled, after they've been run through the NICS system, dismantled, then we give the parts to Rene, and he turns them into beautiful gardening tools, which we then sell to raise money for more gun buybacks.
Okay. Are these available to buy now?
They are. Go on. Yes, they are. If you go to our website, www.newmexicanstopreventgunviolence.com, contact us, and we will sell you a gardening tool if you want one. They're beautiful. I should have brought one.
Yeah, that would have been,
know.
they can
Duh.
check it out on the website, that's fine. I'll put up the website down below us here while we're talking, but, okay, so that's great, and this is happening Saturday, the 29th,
Exactly.
June 29th. Okay, great.
And they're also on our Facebook page.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right, awesome. What else do you guys got going on this summer? What other
So
projects
we're
do you got going
busy. Man, we're busy. So we're working a lot. We're working a lot again with education in terms of how can we start making our community safer, especially in Albuquerque. I'm on a panel with, or a group with the New Mexico Department of Public Health. We're really looking at, what are the root causes. We've always done kind of a multi-pronged approach when it comes to gun violence prevention. So right now, this summer, we're working on our 7th and 8th gun violence prevention mural. These we usually do in schools, but this one we're doing right now. Today, we'll begin drawing it at the YDI with the Gang Intervention Center. So those young people who have been in gangs, have dealt with a lot of gun violence and drugs. They literally are designing it themselves. So this is 100% youth-driven. Warren Montoya from Resonate Art, he facilitates the project.
Okay.
And I was so amazed at the drawings they've already done. I mean, these kids are extremely talented. And then so we're doing that one, and then in July we're doing one at a rehabilitation center,
Okay.
recovery center for youth,
Okay.
all in Albuquerque.
Okay. No, that's great. Have you seen a drop since your group has come in New Mexico
No,
for gun violence?
sadly we've seen an uptick, and to be honest, I think that'll continue to happen because of how we had no gun violence prevention laws for years. And you also have a huge drug problem. We have a meth problem that we need to get on it quickly.
Absolutely.
And so now that we've passed some laws and we're doing work in education, I think it'll be a few years still because there's so many guns out there. I mean, we were talking to these probation officers, and they said, you know, what is it saying, like 13 out of 14 of the cases with juveniles have had guns with them. I mean, they just throw them in the back seat of the car. So once we can start reining that in, and with prevention, not punitive, not, you know, you throw that kid in jail, that's not going to help.
No,
you gotta figure out, educate them, and help them not make that choice.
As to why that is happening, because there's something that's happening in their lives that's causing them to feel that they need to have something like that.
Exactly, right.
Yeah.
And it's systemic with poverty, a lack of a decent education, how we don't support parents. You know, a lot of these kids are on their own, you know, and it's a multi-pronged approach in terms of prevention.
Gotcha. Let me ask you, what do you feel, when do you think that, I mean, I know it's going to be an ongoing battle for you, but is there something that you, within yourself, within the organization also, that you feel like once we reach this point, I think that it's going to become a status quo thing that we'll be able to now manage something? You get what I'm saying? Like even a goal or something that you feel like, I wish one day that this is how it's going to be.
I don't think that'll happen in my life.
Okay, yeah.
You know, I mean,
but you strive for that. I mean, that's what gets you up, and that's what makes you continue to do what you're doing, right?
Yeah, and I think definitely the one-on-one work we do with youth, and seeing how, you know, we're not only helping them become leaders in this movement, but also working with prevention. But I mean, our numbers are going up, and you know I was talking to a UNM trauma nurse. We do a lot of education in classrooms.
Yeah.
So she comes in and talks to them about what happens if you get shot with a gun. And she was saying she had 7 kids in 1 week come in with gunshot wounds at UNM Trauma Center.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Was it just due to playing with them or messing around, or was it an actual
combination
act
of
against?
Everything, yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah, so it's, you know, I think we have a long road, but my dream would be we don't have one person shot and killed in New Mexico. We don't have one person injured.
Gotcha. Or it goes down substantially,
Goes down substantially,
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be
great.
That's our dream.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like climate change.
I gotcha. Well, you know, you always, you know, I think that's always important to ask, what would be the ultimate thing for you? And and I think that that's very attainable, you know, to at least see a substantial drop where we can see less injuries coming in due to gun violence or due to even just gun accidental.
Exactly.
Right. You know.
Seriously.
So. Yeah.
You know, parents. That's another thing we do is we hand out a lot of free gun locks and bilingual gun in pamphlets to get parents to lock up their guns. It's summertime, your kids are home, lock up your guns all year round.
Yeah.
But right now, really lock up your guns, which is why we want to do the gun buyback now, to get those unwanted guns.
During the summertime when they're at home by themselves.
Exactly.
Yeah, they get ideas.
What's this, right?
Yeah, I want to be the popular kid on the block. Hey, look at this.
Look what I found.
Yeah, exactly. I gotcha. Okay, one last time.
So it's June 29th.
All right.
Gun buyback at Santa Fe Police Station. 2515 Camino Entrada, right off Cerrillos Road. No questions asked.
No questions asked. Gift cards given to in exchange for guns.
Exactly.
That's
so
right.
you get gas and food and pharmacy cards.
Okay.
$100 for a long gun or a pistol, $200 for a semi-automatic handgun, $250 for an assault weapon.
And the guns have to be working guns, functioning
Working guns. Yeah, we don't want any broken guns.
Gotcha. Well, great. Miranda, thank you for coming on today.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And thank you, folks, for joining us here on City Hall Live. Have a safe week. Have a great week. Oh, also, congratulations to Adriana Vitia and her husband. They had a baby girl, and she is very healthy, and we wish her the best. So congratulations to you, Vitias. And folks, have a safe week. Have a great week.